For the next 24 hours we will depart here from Velsen Noord, where we have loaded 47 or 48 kilometers of subsea cable. Depending on the progress on deck, we will depart here probably at around 16 to 1800. We will sail over the North Sea Channel outbound via the IJmuiden locks towards the UK coast, and there we will put out the vessel in an anchor spread.
Okay, we're just completing the load-out phase with the export cable. So the export cable now is fully loaded into the carousel. We've just finalised the testing, so the optical fibres for data transmission has been tested with an OTDR, and the aluminium cores have been fully tested with a TDR. And once we get our COA of approval, we can leave port and we will move over to the south east coast of the UK, to Leiston, where we'll set up the vessel with an anchor spread predetermined, and we will commence the cable pulling operations at the beach at that location.
We have a team of 4 surveyors, 2 onliners, 1 offliner and 1 party chief, myself. We are responsible for the surface positioning of the vessel on the project, as well as the subsea positioning of the vessel. So we basically position the vessel on the project where we need to be, where the cable needs to be. The next 24 hours we will be deploying anchors, so our role in this will be liaising and sending the information to the anchor management tugs, which we have 2 on this project. We have installed some equipment as well on their bridge to try and indicate where they need to put the anchors. Once the anchors are set into the software, and from there they can steer the vessel based on those anchors. So the next 24 hours we will be deploying those 7 anchors.
The plough is basically about subsea burial of cable. We intake a cable at the front of the plough at the bell mouth. We monitor the tension, and the cable exits at the rear end via the depressor. This is the port side skid that we have on the plough, hydraulically operated by 2 cylinders from the control van, and the idea is that we adjust these the skids to 5 to 10 centimetres as the plough is towed forward by these 2 tow bridles. This area is the front of the plough. This is referred to as the bell mouth. The cable will enter the plough via these 2 pieces of equipment, which are known as the horizontal cable tines. And this is referred to as the trough, as you can see where the rope runs over. The cable during operations will run over the top of this area and exit the plough via the depressor. And again, this is monitored via a load cell, and the indication will be in the control van, and it gives us an idea as to what tension the cable is during operations. The cable will run through the plough, and it will exit the plough via this depressor. This depressor will be lowered down during operations, and the cable will exit from this area, from the bottom underneath this area of the depressor and onto the seabed. And there's a load cell monitoring the tension of this depressor, so we know how much tension is on the cable during ploughing operations.
last 24 hours we've pulled the plough back to the beach. We've then pulled the messenger wire back from the beach to the vessel. We waited for slack water, pulled the cable ashore, floated the cable ashore, and we've just released the cable onto the seabed next to the plough tow wire. In the interests of health and safety, we didn't want to put divers into the water, so we wanted to make it a diverless operation. So we used a mechanism where we could automatically deflate the sea serpent and lower the cable to the seabed.
The next stage now is we have a plan in place with the plow team and the OCM and the vessel to take that plow and start burying from the beach to protect the cable. This export route is 43 kilometers long, so this is the very, very beginning of a campaign where we need to get this cable buried to protect against external influence in mobile seabed. So we start pulling away, burying to a target burial depth. We have to ensure that our layback with the plow is correct for a good continuity of our tow winch, and we'll start plowing away.